peoples? What's going on? Hope everybody's enjoying their holidays. Today I wanted to come hang out for a little while, and I don't know. This might turn out to be a longish type video, just because I'm in the mood to hang out a little bit, and I wanted to do a little spotlight on what has just recently been one of my favorite units for a long time, and currently one of my most used and favorite units. What's up, guys? Today we're gonna have a Wahi appreciation day / hangout time sort of stuff, and then tomorrow I actually have I need people's help tomorrow. I'm gonna do some rift testing tomorrow with solo healer setups using a lot of these new runes, like that add defense and hit points and stuff like that. And so I'm going to be here tomorrow, and we're just gonna goof around and do some some rift testing. The hello from my bed, said Rico. Yeah, we got the holidays. It's been kind of busy, a lot of work. Got a whole lot of work coming up on the holidays. I got some LD pieces. What are we gonna get? I don't need one of those. I already have one. Oh no. So yeah, Wahi, man. This unit is just like all day, every day. Here lately, especially, I'm not doing dungeons so much recently because I kind of want to build a library of these new runes, right? What's up, Wojtek? And so I've been doing a lot of Rift, a lot of the Rift Beast, because me personally, I have a pretty good selection of, like Swift, Fatal, Violent, Nemesis, all that, and but I don't have a big library of really nice, enhance, fight, whatever the new runes are. So I've been primarily doing nothing for just weeks now. I've been pretty much doing nothing but the Rift Beast and R5. And so I've kind of made it a personal fun project to improve the Rift Beast teams and improve the R5 teams. And today is going to be a Wahi spotlight. We're going to mess around with Wahi, but I also wanted to kind of, while we're doing it, maybe explain like my thought process behind improving the R5, the Rift Beast teams rather. You're not real. Oh, you could be a mod, Brolio. That's cool. That's cool. Sometimes I misclick and moderators might get made, but I'm all good with you being a mod. So yeah, it has been a lot of personal fun for me, trying to do tweaks and such to eke out the scores and the consistency of the scores in the Rift Beast, because the loot difference that you get from say double S and S is pretty significant, okay, and triple S and S is really significant, right? And so theoretically, if it's possible to develop teams that will do these Rift Beast with like super consistently double S's and triple S's. I mean, that was like an auto triple S right there, right? You're going to speed up the time that you're able to accumulate the new runes, and so Miss Wahi here has been a very integral tool to trying to get these teams set up to where they're consistently hitting the double and the triple S mark like over and over and over again. What's up, Theo? And in this particular light setup, it was kind of like I've always used Wahi in the light rift, but of course she's useful here because, you know, she's our healer. She's got enough hit points to not die in the background. She's got the 3-turn attack power buff, and you know, with the supporting units in this particular team, we're going with Lucian's leader skill for attack power in dungeons. Some vampire tanks up front, and then Rage Theo, and I switched Mimir to Rage to eke out more damage, right? Because I didn't need him vampire for this. And I really, here lately, I haven't needed him vampire for much of anything. And what that allows is this team does a pretty good job of putting up the big scores most of the time. And if it doesn't put up a big score, it still does a pretty good job of making sure that we nail completion so we get our S. What's up, Gabriel? And of course, I don't think something like this would be possible without a unit that's going to add attack power and give you heals, right? And who better to do that than, like, say, a Colleen or a Wahi or a light fairy or something like that, right? But why Wahi, right? Why is Wahi so good for this? When this run finishes, well, let's go take a look at her setup and talk runes for just a moment before we go do like another Rift Beast mess around. But quite literally, Wahi's better because she's going to do the same job of being support, adding attack buff, keeping everybody healed. But at the same time, because of her stats and her third skill, she has the potential to actually like increase damage for like the boss's groggy state, right? Or just to, you know, do damage on the boss in general. Yeah, I've been using Wahi for a really long time. But, so, like, okay. I know this isn't Wahi, this is Miyang. But notice the stats, right? Not a lot of crit rate, not a lot of crit damage, good speed, and a blend of attack and hit points and defense, right? This type of setup, violent, but with like attack and HP and speed, this is how I have always runed Wahi for a really long time, and I've loved it, okay? And this is the way that I would recommend that if somebody's maybe watching this and you're thinking about using Wahi for Rift, rune her like this, okay? You are going to put up mad scores and you're going to get really awesome use out of Wahi in Rift Beast if you just straight up get her hit points and attack and speed, okay? Don't mess around with crit rate or crit damage, and try to get that attack and up there, you know, because she will do really good damage, you know, without crit rate or crit damage. But in my personal quest to try to eke out more loot out of the Rift 5 beast, I have actually gone in and put together a really top tier violent blade set so that I could kind of get similar enough HP where she wouldn't die in any of the Rift beasts, so she's going to stay alive, right? But at the same time be able to pump up the attack and make her crit rate and crit damage based, right? Would I recommend this for most players? No, because this, in order to get her to put up the consistent scores, this requires like absurd runes, okay? And these are runes that I've had for a really long time. They're top tier, and they've got, you know, some really good power-ups, you know, just from long time farming Rift and stuff like that. So currently she's got pretty good stats, and she's crit rate, crit damage based right now. She's a beast in terms of like pumping out mad damage on the Rift boss. But for the longest time, I put up just as almost as good as scores ruining her with stats that are similar to like this. Okay, to be completely honest, the damage difference between just having high attack and having crit rate and crit damage, it's not too huge. It's really not. But for me, it was enough to where I wanted to do it and mess around with the runes. Let's go mess around with the dark. What do we want to do for the dark? Should we just take all fire guys? Why not? Let's do all fire guys for the dark. I've been messing around with this team. It's a lot of fun. We put like Rauk in the back. And who are our other fire guys that we were using? Yeah, we need our attack power, to fire leader skill, and then I found that I throw Verd in here to like speed up the potential. They don't do enough like overall damage without Verd speeding him up, but we certainly don't need his leader skill, and he's on revenge runes. So when he gets a lot of revenge procs, and it speeds up the team and increases the multi-hit potential. Slow Wahi. Well, how to rune Wahi. How to rune Wahi. Speed, at least like plus 75, right? Because she's a buffer, right? She's going to buff attack, and you're going to want to use her with damage units that might be speed based, right? So to answer how much speed do you need on Wahi? You need as much speed on Wahi as your fast damage units, because if she's moving after them, she's not going to be boss, right? Now, the faster that you make her, is she going to be cooler the faster that you make her? Yeah. For a long time, I used to run my Wahi on like Violent with like plus 130 speed, like Violent Blade with plus 130 speed. It worked out great. So yeah, definitely faster the better. But in terms of overall effectiveness, you just got to make sure she's fast enough so where in all your dungeon teams or arena setups or guild war setups, or whatever damage units you're going to want to use her with, you just want to make sure she's faster than your key damage units that you're using. As far as going with crit rate and crit damage, I personally wouldn't recommend it, but that's how I use mine. I would just straight up give her hit points and stuff for survivability, and make sure she's got good speed sub so she's fast, and then pump the attack, right? Because she's not so much like a crit damage monster. You're not going to get the most use out of her that way. Hi, Indy. And for the longest time, I used mine with just straight up plus attack, and it worked out really great. Marhaba. I hope I said that right. I'm pretty white and not very good with languages other than English. You got a second Sekhmet. Make one Swift and make one Despair or Nemesis. That's what I would do probably. One Swift, one Despair, Nemesis. So why Wahi and Dark Rift, right? She's freaking brilliant for Dark Rift because the third skill hits 6 times, So the same great potential. She's gonna heal your team. She's gonna sit in the back line and not die. Right? As long as you got enough hit points on her, she's gonna sit in the back line and not die. She's gonna attack buff all your stuff. You don't need like you don't need a monster that's gonna do like armor break or something, right? Because it's just you can't armor break the dude. So your healer doesn't need anything sort of special going on. And third skill hits 1,000,000 times, and multi hit's awesome for this place. One of the cool things about Wahi, said Rico, is you can get really awesome use out of her in a lot of these Rift Beast dungeons without needing to put Devilmon in her, or without needing to max up all her skills. You know, like either just don't play with her skilled up and you're gonna get great use out of her, or skill up just to heal. You know, and then what are you missing if you don't skill up the other skills? Just damage. That's it. You know. The artificial intelligence on her heal is pretty darn good, to where you can use her as the only healer in these teams, and she's going to do it consistently, right? Like I can do these runs and I never have to worry about, is she gonna derp? Is she gonna not heal? Right? It's kind of like Colleen. Like, even though Colleen uses her heal like a buff, it's consistent. And so even if she's not skilled up, you're going to have the same consistent rotation on her heal, and you can tune your teams, you know? Maybe you use her with the second healer, or maybe you use her with some other monster that has like a defense or a heal buffing effect, and you don't skill up her heal. You're still going to get awesome use out of her, right? She's still a million times better than, you know, like these other units that provide attack power, which you need on these beasts, right? But maybe don't have the heal aspect built in, right? Like, there's a lot of people that do these Rift teams, but they'll use like bounty hunters and stuff, or other monsters that increase attack power. None of them are as boss as our super cool Wahi. A long time ago, I actually did put a couple Devilmon in mine. I was using her for Necro, and I think I ended up putting like 4 or 5 Devilmon in her a long time ago, because she was great in Necro for a really long time. Always one of my favorite Necro monsters. So what's the philosophy behind this team, or this particular team with all these fire dudes? Well, I hope it's common knowledge now. In terms of scores in Rift Beast, it's not about turns, it's not about speed, it's just about sheer damage per move, you know? So you gotta, if you really want to eke out the best scores, you gotta go with attack power leaders or crit leaders. The best are attack power leaders. And so yeah, we rock a team that's going to benefit from an attack power by fire monster leaders, going to have enough tanky survivability stuff to where our frontline stuff doesn't die, consistent enough armor break and brand so we can land the armor break and brand during the groggy state, and then have enough various multi-hit and speed working with Verd and Raok and Wahi and stuff, so that you know, we're getting enough multi-hits to break free of the chained soul effect. Let's do some Guild Wars. After this one, said Rico, let's take a break, okay? And we'll come back to the Rift. And let's just try to use her in a Guild War, okay? Which I do use her in Guild Wars quite frequently. And then I will show how I use her in Arena, and then I'll illustrate one team where I think she would be useful for in Arena, but I don't necessarily use her for. Which Homo is best for Rift? None of them. The answer to that question is none of them. I've been spending a lot of time lately, personally, theory crafting with Rift 5. Oh my goodness, we got too many violent procs. This is not going to bode well. A rare A+. My heart is broken. Um, can maybe somebody not die? Yeah, good job. we got, we got enough hit points on our fired nine tails where it pulled it off. Oh, and we got a triple S. Good deal. Good deal. That's why we got Wahi, you know, and that's why we got these attack power monsters. Because most of the time I'm not paying attention to this stuff. I'm designing the team, and I just hit the button. And I know I made this team for a reason, and the reason was because when I come back after pressing the button, it puts up triple S a lot. The which homo is good for Rift 5? Okay, I like two homo specs for Rift 5. Okay, well we'll take a break and we'll talk about that for just a second. Okay, I like two homo specs for Rift 5. All right, I like this one that I have going right now. Okay, wind, right, to where you get he'll debuff, attack speed slow, and then the hit that does armor break and brand. Okay, that's one that I like for Rift. The other one that I like for Rift is it doesn't matter which first skill. Get the whichever one. Yeah, this one right here, eruption. Okay, so like go this way. Get the one that's going to do decrease attack speed and brand, and then get eruption, right? Those are the two homo specs for R5, okay? But in all actuality, in terms of how can you put out the most sheer effectiveness in R5, there are better units than the homo. Although they are certainly like if a lot of people don't have the capacity or the resources to build those better units that could be better than homo. So if you got the homo, use it. Okay. And I would say those are my two favorite specs. So is homo good for R5? Heck yeah. And those are the two specs that I would recommend because they add utility and crazy damage. But me personally, I do not use Homunculus in R5 because I'm all about increasing effectiveness, increasing damage, increasing debuffs, speeding up the run, and Homunculus doesn't necessarily have some of the skill set as some better monsters that I have or have the capability to build. Let's goof around. Okay, I think we have this clutch guild war that we got to do. And oh yeah, we won. All right, cool. We can just goof. Who can we use Wahi against? What would be fun? Who would be fun to hit to take a Wahi against? That top team would kind of be interesting, right? I mean, there's not a whole lot of danger going on the Wahi. Bottom team gonna be kind of annoying. We could probably have some fun taking her on the top team though. Like who do we take her with? Anival, Wahi, Anival, Fire Monkey. Let's do it. Go defense. Go Wahi, go Anival, right? Yeah, I mean the only danger is, yeah, I think we're good there. Bottom team, should we just cheese him up? We should just cheese him up. Okay, let's show the really cheese style. Wait, they got buffs. They got buffs. We gotta take off their buffs. Hit points, that, and that's gonna be too slow. Okay, we gotta risk it. We gotta risk it a little bit. What are we gonna risk it with? What are we gonna risk it with? Oh, let's just goof around. Who can we take that would be interesting and good against Theo? Because we gotta punch Theo down, right? Somebody interesting that we can use to punch Theo down with. Homo? Why not? The top fight's gonna be interesting, right? We're just gonna like try to armor break some stuff, and Hwahee's gonna do her move, okay? And it's gonna be funny because she has the potential to like hit some stuff pretty hard. Okay, so let's go. See, this is the fun of using Wahi. It's kind of like you don't know what you're gonna get, right? Look. That's Wahi right there. That's a dead Ritesh. That Ritesh is done. Bye, Ritesh. It was nice knowing you. It's cool and all, but you know, you just got punched in the face by the fire guys. Oh, see, and this is another fun thing about using her. Oh, come on. Oh, I want to not kill him. Can we not kill him? Let's heal so that we can do. Oh, see, the fun part about using Wahi in Guild Wars is when you get down to one unit and you get to use her third skill on one guy, and it hits him for like 9 billion damage. Oh my goodness. Should I level my light kung fu girl or light Anubis? Dude, light Anubis is so cool. Both those units are cool, but man, I don't know. Probably okay. Algernon, aren't you like a fairly established player? Like, I mean, they're semi-established. I mean, I don't know. I'd say if you just want to have the coolest toy in the world, do the Anubis. But maybe if you want to you know, have something really nifty for R5 and stuff like that, do the Kung Fu Girl. All them Kung Fu Girls are good for R5. I'm not even going to hit him because I know he's going to be on revenge, and he's probably going to do some stupid stuff like try to revenge me. So we're just going to go hit somebody else. Stop that. That is enough. Oh, that hurts my feelings. We got this. We're gonna do. We got to kill her. Boom. Oh, not enough. Not enough. But that's enough. All right. Cool. Cool. I'll take it. Wind Homo is so good. Like, I've really been tempted. To like try out the other Homo specs, but he's just so good, and I have so much fun with him in like Guild Wars, and I do use him for a couple of Rift teams. So good. You know, that's really not like, we're not gonna have fun doing Wahi against that one. I don't think. Let's just do it anyway. But who do we take her with, right? A Reviver and Bernard for speed. We need a Reviver because I think Theo is gonna be like all crazy, right? And then we need an armor breaker. Let's do. We'll go cheese, and we'll do this for this one. Hold on. This is not what I would normally do against that team. Can we take Wahi against the bottom one? Or would Camilla just like murder her? Wind Panda's so nasty, man. Wind Panda's so nasty. Fire, and water, and Annival's gonna get her face punched in, and she's gonna die. But I don't care. I don't care. 4-0, have you ever tried Win Homo's other third skill, Magic Bullet Madness? Yeah, yes, I have. But it's not as good as the Kung Fu Girls, and it's not as good as the Fire Homo. Okay? Because, yes, it increases when you hit the same target over and over again. Okay? It certainly does. But it doesn't increase in terms of like how much raw damage can you eke out. It's not as cool as the moves that do increase damage based on how many debuffs are on the target. So like the Fire Homo and Kung Fu Girls, their little like version of that skill does way more damage. He's pretty good. It's pretty good, but I would rather have the benefit of having armor break and brand, and then the move that has the armor break and brand, in terms of like just how much damage it does, it's just about as good as the Magic Bullet Madness. I've tested them both. Okay, Wahi, you gotta hit the middle one as many times as you can. No, that was not the middle one. That was not the middle one. Die. Okay. See, normally I would bomb this or take like a Beretta and a bomber. But we'll make do, and it'll just be a little slower. Ha ha ha. We'll show the runes again, Alfred. I'll go back and we'll show the runes really quick. But they're not necessarily the runes I would not necessarily the runes I would recommend. We're still gonna lose this. This is us dying, is what this is. Can we silence him? Okay, you didn't get a violent proc. That's good. Oh my good, and it's Tank Milla. Fire Monkey King, want him for Guild Wars rune tips. I like, oh my goodness, I like Triple Revenge or Vampire. You know what? I'm just like, okay, I don't even know why we took that against that. We're gonna let him have a win so we can go back to some Hwahee stuff. Fun Hwahee times. Wahi versus Zeratu. Ooh. That would be a terrible team to take Wahi against. Let's take Wahi against the bottom team. Okay. But I wanna fight Zeratu. Okay, what are we gonna do against Zeratu? Let's just Lucian Zeratu. Huh? Let's do it. Lucian Zeratu? Sounds good. Bottom team, Wahi, an armor breaker, and a fire guy to distract Rakan. And do we want a buff stripper? Nah, we don't want a buff stripper. Let's just do that same thing where we took like Wahi and Annabelle, and so we can get extra armor break, and then just hit some stuff, and then we can let yeah, that'll work. Fire Monkey King, I love him on Vampire for frontline of Rift, but every day that I have him on Vampire, I miss him on Triple Revenge, and I'm torn to this. What? These guys got shield runes. They got all crazy shield runes. We got him anyway. Cool. Foro, I have Megan, and 2 Malakas and the Wind Malaka. How will it work? And how much speed do you need on bombers? After this guild war, let's bomb people. Okay? I got some wings, and we will go bomb people, and let's just have a bomb conversation. I don't really care about winning too much, and we should probably have not. Well, yeah, we can do that. He's not going to collapse us yet. Mom. Can this kill a Praha? We didn't do attack buff, so it's not going to kill a Praha. Can we stun a Praha? Can we kill a Praha? Can we stun a Praha? Can we kill a Ritesh? Let's hurt her. That'll work. That'll work. Okay. Should we do this move? I really don't even want to heal yet. Do I want to heal yet? No, I want to heal with Wahi. And I want to hit Praha again. I want to heal with Wahi. Yeah. Oh, she took off our buffs. What a meanie. It's all good. All good. Crit. Yeah. Now time to kill Ritesh. Then we can heal a little bit. Oh. Hit him again. Happy Saturday, Bobby. What do you think about Wind Barbaric King or on Wind Barbaric King is kind of like an analog to what you're using Wahi to do in Rift, except for you're either going to have to be running Vampire across the board or you're going to have to bring somebody else that's going to do a heal. I recently 6-starred the Wind Barbaric King to kind of play around with him, and I like him. He is awesome. But if you have God Wahi, you kind of don't need him. And I'll show you this in a little bit. I use Wahi for my double triple S auto team in Water Rift. Okay? Like I have the Wind Barbaric King. Like I have him 6-starred. He currently does not have runes on him because I was during, like, it was like I did a rune removal or something. I had a day where I messed around with him, but I took the runes off because I messed around with like Vampire and Rage and stuff like that. He's great. He is top notch. Okay, I love this dude, but I tested him out. And I tested him out pretty extensively to my satisfaction. And currently, I still get better results using like Wahi as the attack power / healer type monster for water. This team right here gets nothing but double S and triple S in Water Rift, and it does it with Wahi. Maybe we'll show it here in a moment. So bombers. How to rune bombers if you're going to use them? I would personally say wheel runes, right? Wheel runes, and then enough accuracy to where they're really high, you know, like between like 75 and 100. Unless you got JoJo, in which case you only need like 50, right? So my JoJo is Focus Wheel Shield. You can't have revenge runes on your bombers, okay? Because you want to bomb Camilla's, and you can't have Camilla's hitting your bombers and then your bombers hitting back and then knocking the bombs off Camilla's. So definitely don't go revenge runes, right? You don't want nemesis runes because speed tuning is important, right? So you just gotta kind of go with like will and whatever other combo you got that's like focus, shield, violent, enhance, whatever. Okay, really doesn't matter. Fatal will, what I guess would be the preferable, right, for a lot of people. My Malaka is double focus will, right, and then you just basically stack up speed and you stack up attack, right? Nothing but speed, attack, and accuracy. Stay away from crit rate and crit damage, and you want to think to yourself, what am I going to use my bombers with? You know, like and so decide if you need speed bombers or if you need slower bombers. And in my case, I use speed bombers. So like JoJo is like 203, and Malaka is like 293 or thereabouts, right? And then my Taurus is I haven't changed him over to speed because I don't use my Taurus too much. Okay, I use Malaka and JoJo. And what they give you the opportunity to do is go up against what in the world? There's a lot of teams that use like crazy, silly, tanky stuff nowadays, and the bombers can tend to come in useful. Who can we bomb? This would be fun to kind of bomb, right? Let's try it. Okay, so what are we gonna do? We're gonna take Tiana as a defense leader. Okay, we're gonna take Wahi because it's Wahi Appreciation Day, and we're going to take Malaka, and we're gonna take JoJo, right? So Tiana's the fastest. Okay. Tiana moves, then Wahi is fast enough so that she's just faster than the bombers, okay? But she's slower than Tiana, okay? And then the bombers go. And this team isn't really going to auto clear them all and blow them all up, but I think it'll do, you know, as long as Camilla doesn't just get 9,000 violent procs in a row, okay? I think it'll do a pretty good job of just like taking these units that have 1 billion hit points and crazy passive, and I guarantee you the aerial is on Nemesis runes, right, to make it a pain in the butt to Lucian them. And it gives us the opportunity to go in here and we just ignore Camilla for a while, okay? And we use our single hits, and we do this, okay? And then if we're left with the Rune, it's okay, because Wahi is awesome against Rune because she just does crazy glances all the time, and it actually, because she glances so much, it actually pushes through the shield. Like if you rune Wahi, like I said to rune Wahi at the beginning of the stream, and you don't go crit rate on her, she is an awesome tool against Rune, because she's never gonna crit Rune, right? If you rune Wahi with 15% crit rate but super high attack, she's gonna do nothing but glance and do non-crits on Rune. And she's an amazing tool to use against like Rune setups, especially with bombers, right? Hi, cutie. So yeah, I don't have Sierra, but I do have bombers, and I have these cool units. And even though it's taking a second to get the Rune down, right? It's a pure clear, right? There's no danger. We didn't have a hard time. And if my Wahi wasn't ruined with crit damage, it would have probably went a lot faster, because we wouldn't have been proccing the Rune shield, right? And believe it or not, there are a lot of teams like that you can do that against, right? This is probably one of them too. You know? Should we do it? Let's try it. Why not? I don't know, man. Is Wahi a good AO unit? Not really. What in the world is this? No will runes? No will runes? Oh my goodness. We just get to bomb you without even like... Oh. Well, at least we got Ritesh in the at least we got Ritesh in the monkey, huh? Okay. Alright. Die. All hit recon. Yeah. Yeah. Wind Bomber's cool. Wind Bomber's got some cool utility, but I skilled up Malacca instead, because I like Malacca more. Primarily because I wanted to run this setup right here. Because in this setup, if I go up against fire units, I know that the fire units are going to hit Tiana. And so if I took a wind bomber in there instead, Perna would like obliterate a wind bomber like that, right? Okay, so runes again. Another rune break. Okay, how would I recommend that we rune Wahi? Something like this, right? Go with violent something, violent blade, violent nemesis, violent in revenge, whatever. Rune or violent, and go with like lots of hit points, lots of speed, lots of attack, right? With some defense subs, right? And try to get attack and hit points, and don't rune her with crit rate and crit damage, okay? This is how I would recommend the general public to rune Wahi. You're gonna get awesome use out of her. She's super cool, and she will be a super awesome useful unit for you. But me, I have mine set up for crit rate and crit damage with enough hit points to stay alive on the Rift Beast, enough speed so she's faster than the units I'm going to be using her with, the DPS units I'm going to use her with. And then I actually made her crit rate and crit damage, right? Violent blade. But these are just like seriously top tier, absurd sort of runes, right? And if you try to do this, if you try to make her crit rate or crit damage, and you don't have runes of this caliber, what is going to happen is she's going to die. Okay, like you're gonna take her up in these rift and she's gonna die because you're not gonna have enough hit points. Do I use Mi-Yang and R5? I use Mi-Yang and R5 most of the time that I want to run a safe team, right? Or if I'm like trying to carry people, or I'm just doing R5 with randoms. Yeah, I use Mi-Yang and R5 all day. And she sits in the back line, or she sits in the front line, depending on like who I'm running her with. So I have Mi-Yang Rune like that, so that she's like the R5 Renaissance lady, you know, where in any sort of team comp that I want to put her in to give my teammates, you know, specific leader skills or specific debuffs. She's got enough hit points and defense where I can run her in the front line in a 4-stat and she won't die. She tanks really well. But at the same time, she's got enough attack and speed to where she's going to do her job to like cleanse and heal, and her heal does enough damage. Could you please show Stella runes? Sure. We'll do Stella runes after this water rift completes here. I'm about to re-rune Stella though. Just a disclaimer to the world. Tomorrow is Stella. Not permanently re-rune her, but tomorrow I'm gonna throw away some mana, and I'm gonna do some R5 test with Stella. Okay, and I'm gonna stack some of these. I'm gonna stack some of these new runes on Stella, and tweak around with solo heal Colleen R5 setups, because I can solo heal R5 with Colleen now and just put up insane contribution and insane damage. But if I try to bring it to like carry other people, and the other people don't have quite the contribution that they need, sometimes it dies. And the only way I can think to have a really awesome solo heal Colleen R5 team, but at the same time be able to carry people with it and have it be super consistent and tanky, is to use the same sort of units but incorporate some of these newer runes. Incorporate some of these newer runes that can get the stats where I need them. Currently, I am running Stella on these stats, okay? So she's got a pretty absurd amount of hit points, okay? Why? Because I throw in the backline of R5, okay? And when I do use her in the backline of R5, I don't want her to die, and I want her to stay alive to the very end. She doesn't need quite that much, okay? That's a little too much. All right. You don't need that much hit points on Stella if you're gonna use her. Enough crit rate and crit damage to where you can use her in Giants and the Rift Beast, right? Plus 82 speed, because I think that's enough for 6 hits on the last skill without any sort of speed leader, which is fine by me. Good accuracy, because you need to have accuracy on her. But at the same time, she's also got like some attack, and I went away from Violent. And the reason why I went away from Violent is because I was using her too much in R5, and I was using her too much in the Rift Beast, okay? And in the Rift Beast and in the R5, you're gonna tweak out a little more effectiveness if you forego the extra turns for like a little better stats, right? And so she is Fatal Focus, okay? And she has pretty darn good stats, okay? And the kicker is the defense and the hit points, along with the attack and the speed and the crit. Just overall, it's good stats on this set, right? Accuracy, good accuracy. So I say I would recommend ruining her nowadays, probably non-violent. Although violent's good, it works. I've done it before. It's awesome. But I might recommend non-violent, and then something like a swift, or probably swift. I think swift would be optimal. If I had a choice, I would. If I had a choice, okay, I would probably rune her something like this. Okay, see this Lucian's runes. See his attack. Which Lucian? Not that Lucian. This Lucian. See his attack and crit rate and crit damage and accuracy. That would be 52% accuracy on a Stella, right? Doesn't she gets like accuracy boost when she gets awakened, right? So that would be more accuracy on a Stella, right? I would go swift, but do like attack crit damage, right? And just speed subs, and get her at around this speed, around like 80 to 100 speed. If you start to go higher than 100 speed, it's like her third skill is going to hit 7 times when you get like around like plus 90 without a speed leader. And so anything more than that's kind of not useful. If you throw her into dragons with Verd with this speed, her third skill hits 7 times. So yeah, that's the runes on this Stella. Let's do another water run. I need to do a whole lot of water runs, like because I've amassed some enhanced runes, I've amassed fight runes, and now I got to build a really big collection of the defense runes, and I want a couple of accuracy runes. So I got to get got to get a bunch of these little water balls. But we need a bunch of water balls. So philosophy behind this team. Does Wahi glance on this water guy all day? Yeah. Okay. But is she gonna do more damage than Chisoon? Yeah, she is. I'm sorry, but Wahi is gonna out damage a healer Chisoon, right? If you're gonna bring Chisoon here, you're gonna stick her on the front line, right? So if I'm gonna bring a Wahi instead of Chisoon, because I don't have a Chisoon currently, right? Then I gotta find something else that's gonna hang out in the front line and do really good damage. And there is a number of units that can fit that bill. But I tested out my Theo, and I found that with the extra armor break, okay, the fact that he is on rage, the fact that he benefits from increased speed and attack power, and he's got armor break, and his endure skill allows him to help me get the good damage on Groggy, right? This is a triple S. This is probably going to get triple S, okay? We get really good damage on Groggy state, okay? But at the same time, he is going to take a nosedive right about here. Okay, well, he's not going to take a nosedive. We got lucky, right? Wahi healed at the right time and we got lucky and he didn't die. But normally he takes a nosedive right there and he just dies. But the rest of the guys have enough damage to finish it off without any problems, okay? And even though Theo takes a nosedive right there and he dies, he still does his job, right? Yeah. It's not a triple S. We're short. Gosh darn. Oh, it is a triple S. Good deal. Good deal. We got it. See, that's the beauty of Wahi, right? I just took a frickin' fire unit and Wind Rift, pressed the auto button, and got triple S. And I don't think you're gonna do that with any other fire units. except for Wahi, right? And that these teams, they're all pretty consistent Triple S teams nowadays. Another Wahi team, right? Hi, Stupendo. That is a really nice compliment, my man. I really appreciate that. The reason I make videos is honestly just to share. Like, I just want to share, but I also kind of want to. At the end of the day, I want to make sure that if I can, I'm sharing something that's going to allow other people to get more fun out of the game, you know. It's kind of like why my guild and my approach to arena is a little toned down in terms of the seriousness, because sometimes if I get really serious and I get really ultra competitive, the fun drops out, right? But if you tone down the seriousness and the ultra competitive level just a little bit, right? Like my guild, we finish G2 a lot more often than not, right? We get G3 a lot of times, but more often than not we finish G2. We play at a high level, but we don't trip if we don't finish G3, right? Because I don't know. Sometimes the pressure is just can take a little bit of the fun out of it, you know? And it's kind of like my approach to making videos nowadays. Like, I apologize to anybody that visits the channel. My approach to making videos and sharing the content has had to evolve a little bit too, because I need it to stay fun, okay? And because if it's not fun, then it's not fun. And so like my approach to making videos has kind of evolved to, like, I really want to do something live. I want to do something that's more candid, that has less of an effort level in terms of like, oh, do I need to pick out music or do I need to edit and stuff like that? But at the same time is communal enough to where I can, you know, throw up a chat and hang out with people. And YouTube's been really cool at that. YouTube's been really helpful with their live program. and making monsters that not a lot of people use and finding cool uses for them, that is fun for me too, right? Like Lapis, the Water Magic Knight, right? That's a huge score on a Triple S right there. Look at that, 37. Good old Lapis, rocking our Fire Rift team. And I've tested this team a million times, you know, and I cannot put up scores like this with a consistent basis and get quite the loot without good old Lapis in here. Yeah, we had a lot of fun with making videos back in the day about the cleave when Galleon came out, and that picked up in popularity and became a lot of fun stuff. Heck yeah. There's still a lot of, you can still use those teams nowadays, you know, like I still have cleave teams exactly the way that I used to run, like, you know, 16 months ago. But I just use different units nowadays, like the whole shield, you know, tons of shield runes and wheel runes. I still have those comps. I haven't made videos about them lately, but I still have those comps, and they certainly still come in useful against certain team setups on AD. If it's not fun, it's not fun. Um, I have no plans to stop making content on YouTube. Okay. I might be at fault to where, like, if I get busy with work or if there's other things that I'm doing, especially, here lately it's been work, holiday season, got the girlfriend. Um, I might, I might not put up a stream for like a week or something, but I have no plans to stop. Definitely. I'm always going to try my best to come up with a fun activity and do it. And but this weekend, I definitely wanted to do like a Wahi type hangout session, and show everyone, how I'm using the Wahi nowadays, right? And why she is my MVP for acquiring some of these new runes. And a little fun mess around unit in arena and guild wars from time to time. You better get enough for triple S. Oh, it's not gonna be enough. It's not gonna be enough. 79? No, it's not enough. Goodness gracious, that's a heartbreaker. But you know what? It still gets consistent double S all day. This team is like always double S, triple S, and it's fun. And it's possible because of Lapis and Wahi and stuff. I'm not gonna get into real-time arena just yet, okay? I gotta wait till it becomes a thing, okay? I gotta wait till it becomes a thing, and then once it becomes a live thing, then we're gonna do real-time arena. Tomorrow we are gonna do. We're gonna have another stream tomorrow, okay? And it's gonna be a semi-longer one, kind of like what we did today. It might be, I'm sorry for everybody that's watching the recording, but it might be an hour-long stream. I had this plan where I'm going to spend some mana, and I'm gonna jump in a channel and I'm gonna do some Rift, and we're gonna have some conversation about R5, okay? And I need to test out some brand new R5 stuff, okay? I'll foreshadow a little bit of it really quick at the end of this video. But I am finding that these new runes are just amazing for Rift 5 farming, okay? Like when you get the opportunity to stack up attack, defense, hit points across the board to your entire team, oh my goodness, it's awesome in R5. And I'm trying to slowly but surely develop a super consistent R5 team that only needs just Colleen to stay alive, but at the same time never has a chance of hell in dying, right? And tomorrow we are going to start that, and we're going to start it by messing around with some different rune setups on Stella. And so what I had planned was just to turn the video on, pop on YouTube, and then just get in there and start messing around with R5. I've already started to test it out a little bit, and it's pretty darn good. I just need a little more accuracy, a little more defense, a little more hit points. But tomorrow we are going to show the general public what I am working on, like in real time. We're gonna get in there and we're just gonna run it, right? It's not gonna be like, oh, here's a recorded video of me. Here's me doing 2 runs with Colleen as the solo healer. No, we're gonna get in here and we're just gonna live it up, 100% candid. So show the people what it's really like. And I'll tell you, it's there. It's gonna happen. And it's happening already, but my objective is I got to improve the consistency. I got to get it to where it's super ultra consistent. And right now, like if I'm raiding with certain people that maybe don't have quite the quite the extra. Let's do a fire necro run. Why not? Why not? It's Wahi Day. Well, let's close it off with some just fire necro fun. How about it? We're gonna come in here and have fun and just goof around in the rift tomorrow. With I need to do rift with randoms. I will do riff with people that show up on the stream, and then maybe if higher end players want to do some riff with me, I can show the team in higher end speed based runs. But my objective is to more show it in not so much speed based runs, but show some of these new runes in a riff setup, and that'll be the plan for tomorrow. Probably around the same time of day tomorrow. But today was Wahi Appreciation Day, and I think we're gonna cap it off with this fire necro run. Well, cause why not? Cause Ra'o can fire assassin and Wahi and cause it's fun. And we can do it, and it works, and it's reasonably fast, and it's possible because of good old Wahi. But yeah, thank you everybody for coming and hanging out. This will be a rare instance where I know I'm going to be back tomorrow, and I have a specific game plan tomorrow. So if anybody sees the YouTube gaming notification and wants to see us messing around in some R5 with some new crazy rune setups, feel free to pop on the stream, because we're gonna mess around with some of this new stuff that we've been working on, right? Like double fight on Diaz, and the Hwahee that has enhance and fight runes and stuff like that, and it's gonna be fun, and it's gonna be a blast. Thanks for coming on the stream, baby, and saying hi. I'm gonna go now. I'm hungry. I'm gonna cook up some of your spinach dip that you made me and stick it in my belly and get very happy. See you when you get home. Thanks everybody for hanging out. Till tomorrow.